Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Let's Play Pixelmon from the Pixelmon Evolved server. My name is Dave and I'll be host for this episode, as always. Today's episode will be nice and Pixelmon focused, at least that's what I'm planning on. We are over here where I've done some building, but I think I really want to continue the building in the next episode. That's something I've done off camera so far, and you can have a look at it while I talk to you about things and some stuff maybe. Before we get into what we do today, the episode, I would like to speak to you directly, all nice, up close and personal. With the restart of the Pixelmon server, the support on the channel has been quite good. Definitely a big bump in viewership and subscribers and all that. Not as big as it was with the first season, but still quite significant, and I would like to say thanks for that. It's really appreciated seeing all that. We're up to 3,200 subscribers. Now remember, did I ever say that in a video? We'll have a big milestone video at 4K subscribers, a tea reveal at 4K. I'll reveal how I make tea. It will be very boring and nothing special. But yeah, tea reveal at 4K. You can look forward to that. But yeah, thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the comments, all the likes and all that. But I know that there are way more views than there are comments and likes, and I'm very happy that so many people are watching these videos and enjoying them. Apparently, very happy about that. So thanks for the support. If you are a viewer of these videos, then feel yourself patted on the back. It's much appreciated. Now, in today's episode, we'll get rid of this stupid wristband. That's better. Actually, we should probably... I often get rid of this just because without it, it looks better, at least when we have the armor on, right? It just looks better. But whenever I join, I then have this armband, and I don't like it, this wristband. I'd rather have the glasses, I guess. So, run around like an insect Robocop or whatever. What will we do in today's episode, though? I am short on some Pokemon loot, for sure. In the last season, we had our PickUp events that we didn't really use much because we had the dual grinder and we got a lot of mob bosses over there and we got a lot of loot from that. Now, we do have the dual ghost grinder this season again. We can quickly go there. It has a telepad. I spent some time there today doing some training for the first season of the B League. The first week is pretty much I got my team pretty much ready for it. I still want to do some EV training, that's why I was there. And I noticed that we are getting so few bosses. This area, by the way, is worked on by Tilted Wings, and the main up thing will be down below here. Let's maybe use this thing. Okay. There you go. So yeah, it's still a work in progress, but this will be pretty cool. I think we'll have like telepads on each layer. Like, this is so freaky. What kind of glass is that? You can hardly see it. Yeah, so we'll have the telepads all in here, like this. And that will be super useful compared to what we have at the moment. Just quickly off track. What was I talking about? Yeah, we get way less bosses, and with that we get way less loot. This goes to dual ghost grinder. There it is. Right over here. So before, there pretty much were always bosses spawning from these. As long as you were to kill the bosses that you get in the middle, new ones could spawn. Which obviously is very nice. But with this, it's just way slower this season. That might be a boss. An uncommon one, not even a legendary one. Let's kill it and get its loot, because I really need it. Yeah, so what I'm getting at is we want more loot. We want a pickup team. We didn't use our pickup fans much last season, so we go for pickup fans again this season. Now, I saw, in case you're watching Vintage Beef, who, by the way, also plays on the server, if you didn't know that. Power items is actually what I'm after. I'm really looking for a power lens at the moment, because I don't have that one yet. But yeah, so Beef already started on his pickup team, and he is going for fan piece as well. What a guy, right? So he'll have PickUp fans. He had the mouthy eye last season, and all the meows with PickUp. But now he's going for fan piece. I'm gonna go for fan piece as well, though. I don't care. I don't care what the man does. I want my PickUp fans because they're awesome. All right. So we're getting some fan piece this episode. It's really what I'm getting at. Oh man, this is gonna look so cool when we have the whole thing built all around. Love it. Love it. There will be a big red donut-shaped sort of roof on top. At least it's the plan. Man, it will look so cool. And I placed down PCs and healers all the way along. I fixed the glowstone, which is no more glowstone. We now have the sea lanterns down below, and it looks way better. Big improvement. Now, do we have fan piece in here already? I'm not quite sure. We do not. They would be right here. So we cannot check where they spawn. They used to spawn in Extreme Hills. So let's head over there, see if they still spawn. If we get one, we'll obviously catch it. We could also just open our Pokédex on it to see where they normally spawn, and we'll find a good biome and then go there and have fun. Oh, and today I want to show you a biome in Biomes of Plenty that you're gonna love. Possibly. I haven't been there yet. I've heard tales of it, and it sounds awesome. Turns out it's actually pretty close by. So yeah, we want to check that biome out after we get a few fan piece. And that's the first fan piece. Hello, buddy. Welcome to possibly welcome to the team. So fan piece is my pickup Pokemon of choice for two reasons. One is it can only have the pickup ability, so we'll catch it, and it is guaranteed to be a pickup Pokemon, which is very convenient. And also, it's a tiny elephant. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, that's why fan P is pickup team. There's another one. Nice. I was standing around here a little bit during daytime, and nothing was spawning. Well, no fan piece was spawning. That was weird, but on a go. This is my typical Extreme Hills biome where I'm at. This down there is the mystical place where all the Team Rocket trainers always spawn, which is where I'm getting all my money, where other people are getting their money. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay, let's get this one as well. And while we catch a few of these, let me talk to you about the newest kind of videos that I've somehow gotten into. Well, not for too long yet, but you may remember in last season of Pixelmon, I every now and then told you about the weird sort of videos that I got into, like the weird topics of videos, like how I got into scrapping, pretty much, where people just go, like, pick up trash, then split it into their metals and then go sell it. Some reason I watched a bunch of those videos and I really enjoyed it. I still do every now and then, but not as much anymore. The newest thing is storm chasing. It's not a joke. I started watching some, one channel in particular, whose name I don't remember, but it's always the same channel that shows up. It's pretty chill and not as crazy. Like, I remember back on when I used to watch TV, I think there were some shows that showed like footage of storm chasers, and those people were idiots. Like, they would drive way too far in, and their cars would get all beat up, and like they would drive right into the debris cloud and stuff like that to get footage, and that's just stupid. This one is a bit more chill, a bit more science-based, kind of. Like, science plays a role in it, and it's just very interesting. Like, obviously the storms that are being chased, in case you're not aware, are tornadoes. We don't really have those here in Germany, which probably makes them so fascinating to me. Due to these videos, I've learned a lot more about tornadoes than I knew before. And it's just very interesting phenomenon that happens. And it's horrible to see what these things can do. At the same time, they tend to look damn cool. So yeah, that's why I watch these videos. Is anybody of you also watches storm chasing videos? I don't know. I feel like they're pretty interesting. But to be fair, that's not the only type of video that I'm getting into at the moment. I'm also starting to watch a bunch of off-grid home videos, which is kind of cool. I like the idea of having an off-grid home, or at least the thing that I would find interesting is having a home that is on grid, but if there ever is a problem with the grid, can just go off grid. So really having an off grid home that is like can also rely on grid, I guess is how you would put that. Since if you can live off grid, why would you then choose to pay for electricity if you already have it, right? Yeah, so those kind of videos are interesting too. I haven't watched too many of those just yet though, so I wouldn't really say I'm into those. But yeah, storm chasing videos, oof. Those are interesting. Very much. Wouldn't necessarily say they're always fun, but interesting for sure. Fascinating. I think fascinating is a good word. They're fascinating. Alright, let's catch one more and well, there's more over here. We might as well throw a few more balls at them. We'll then pick the 6 that we want to keep. Pretty much, or well, the 6 that we want to use based on stats and natures, maybe. I'm not quite sure how much I care about that, to be honest. And then we start training them. Now, Fanpies start, or want to evolve, at level 25, so we kind of want to have some Everstones for them. The thing is, if they are holding Everstones, like if they're holding an item, they're not picking things up. So, maybe we don't want to give them Everstones. I don't know. We'll see. I want to get the Fanpiece first. I kind of wanted to have a synchronized team first, but I want my synchronized team to yet again be Umbreons, just like last season. Also, just like Fanpiece, pickup ability, Umbreon's synchronized ability is the only ability it can have. So that's very convenient. You just get an Eevee, evolve it into an Umbreon, and you have a synchronized Pokemon, which is awesome. But I kind of want to breed them. And I want to have all the good items for breeding, so I need more items, I need more loot, and that's why I'm starting with the pickup team, in case you're wondering. Let's have a look. Oh, that's quite a lot of Pokemon. Not really the B-League team. Let's put the... so many. Ugh. Let's put them into that box. There we go, we caught 10 of them. I think pretty much all of them are level 24, except for this one. Which means we can kind of already see which one has the best like HP IV, so we can like take those. 84s, 83s decent, like that one. And that would be our team, I guess. Let's take one more. 80, I think 80 is the biggest. Cool. Let's check their natures, just so we know. Naughty nature is which is attack up, that's good. Defense up, I guess that's okay. Attack up's good, special attack down. Perfect nature for it, I would say. This one's bad. That one's not. Well, it's alright, I guess. That one's okay. That one's okay. Yeah, well, this one really is a shame. Special attack is not what you want. Like, you never use special attack with these, and then it's extra slow. Maybe we switch this one out. Which one is this? Let's name it like that. And we'll switch it out for this one, maybe. I forgot which one it was. So this naughty nature, yeah, I think that was that one. Yeah, sure. All right, that should be good. Now we'll go ahead and we'll level all these up. Now you want to have them high level because I think at level 81 starting, they will pick up tier 3 loot. And tier 3 loot is in part what we're after. New in this season of Pixelmon, we didn't have that in Pixelmon Let's Go, but we have in Pixelmon Evolve, because we're in a newer version of Pixelmon, our bottle caps. Now, bottle caps are awesome. Want them. They're super rare though. I haven't seen one yet in-game. So at this point in time in the recording, I went into a bit of a ramble at what the bottle caps actually do. Now it is currently morning, the day after that recording, and I went to edit that clip, and I realized that I got a few things wrong. So I'm just gonna re-record that. I just want to let you know that I am re-recording that, so you know why the scene has changed and why my voice is different. It's just early. So, In the game, you're probably aware there are a few different things that can influence the stats of a Pokemon. These over here. Now those are a base stat that is just set by what kind of Pokemon is, like all Alolan Vulpixes share that one stat. There are EVs, there are IVs, and there's the nature, as well as the level. Those are the things that influence these stats over here. Now, the important thing for this, the moment, for bottle caps are the IVs. So, you probably know, usually when we try to breed the right Pokemon, we frantically have a look at the IVs of a Pokemon. We see, this one doesn't have a 31, and then we check the other one. We say, this one doesn't have a 30, it actually has a 0. Wow. I'll check this one. Yeah, you can see all these numbers are different. So there's one of these values, of these initial values, which is where IV come from, for each of the stats. So HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and special speed, not special. Speed. You can see this one was bred by Nebris, and the important ones are all at 31, so it's maxed out. Now, these IVs just go in the calculation of the stat itself. To fully understand how they relate to that, it was really useful for me to just have a look at the equation. So I went onto Bulbapedia, and they just list the equation of how the stat is determined, and that has helped me immensely. Now that might just be because I'm a massive nerd, but you just really see what things do in there. So the base equation is you take 2, right? The number 2. You multiply that with the base stat that a Pokemon can have in a stat. That's just set by type of Pokemon. For example, I had a look at Wailord, and its HP stat was at 170, which is ridiculous. I think Mew as well as Celebi has 100 in all of these, right? So this base stat for Celebi now would be 100. You add to that, so plus the IV values. So these that we have in chat over here. Then you add to that the EVs, but you may know that the EVs go up to 255 in this. You divide those by 4, so they go in. Each 4 EVs would have an influence of 1 in this equation. Well, in this part of the equation at least. And then you multiply all of this, right, by the level. And then you divide all of this by the max level. So by 100, right? This is like the main part of the equation. You then take all of that and you add 5 for some reason, and then you take all of that and you multiply it by its nature, and then you get the stat. That's the actual stat. It's different for the HP apparently, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the equation. I'm not sure if that makes much sense if I type it in like that. I tried to explain it a little bit, but I realize I'm not necessarily the best at doing that. But yeah, if the nature, you can see this one is lonely, this one is green, this one is red. 10% of the stat, I think, is removed from this one. Like this stat could be 10% higher, and this one is 10% higher. It normally would be 10% lower if it wouldn't be influenced by its nature. So there you go. That's how all of this works. Now, where do bottle caps come into this whole thing? I went on a rant on about how IVs work, kind of. I'm not sure how much sense I made, but yeah. But usually you have to breed Pokemon to change the IVs, like I'm doing here, right? Not with bottle caps. You can just give one of your Pokemon a bottle cap. There are 2 different bottle caps, a silver one and a gold one, I think, at least. And that will hyper train your Pokemon. Now, usually when you just train a Pokemon, like if you just battle with it, you gain EVs. That's how you add those, and you get like EVs depending on the Pokemon that you fight. For example, a Trapinch will give you 1 attack EV. Right, so if we do this, we see the EVs of our Talonflame. Those are just the EVs that it got. Those are the values that you can change. The IVs you can't, unless you give them a bottle cap. That's the new thing. That's why you want to have a bottle cap, so you don't have to breed your Pokemon anymore. The silver one will change one of the EVs. It will set it IVs. It will set it to 31. The bottle cap will change the IVs to maximum, and the golden bottle cap will set the IVs to, like, all the IVs to 31. All of them. You just give it and then boom. Perfect. Perfect Pokemon. Hyper Train. So yeah, I really want to have those. That's the whole point of this rant. I really want to have those. But for that, we gotta get them, like, first. Right? They're super rare. They're a tier 1 loot thingy. I don't think any of these had something perfect. So what I gotta do is train our fan piece. Now, I did get a XP share already, so I've been training it on a stream a little bit. It's level 49 now, which is not enough. From level 1 to level 50, a pickup Pokemon will only pick up tier 1 drops. So berries and, like, low tier medicine. Nothing fancy. From level 51 to level 80, it has a 10% chance of picking up tier 2 loot. And from level 81 and onwards, it will have a 1% chance, 1%, of picking up a tier 3 item. Oh, and that 1% chance is of 10% chance of actually picking something up. So first it has a 10% chance of picking something up, and then from that 10% chance, it will have a 1% chance of it being a tier 3 loot. And then we have a extremely small chance of it being a bottle cap or a master ball. But there's a lot of tier 3 loot that I kind of want to have. So what I gotta do is train all of these up to level 81 or above. Probably to level 100 actually. So we don't need to click I cancel evolution all the time. But yeah, I've caught a rock'n'roller to get 1 Everstone. So I got that now. We can give those to the fan piece when we train them. I already bought a few Earthquake TMs, and I'm giving those to the fan piece so they can fight for themselves. So I'll be training those up to level 100 or at least 81, and then we can train with those. In other news, other training news, I have gotten some more money in the live stream that I was just talking about that happened in between this recording session and the last one. And our Persian, if I could find it, yeah, it is now level 100. Our first level 100 Pokemon, and it's our Persian because it makes us all the money. Sweet. So, that's all of that done. We now know how pickup works. We have talked about IVs, and I'm sorry about that. It's an important part of the game. If you want to get deeper into that. I mean, it's not important for the B-League. Bottle caps are banned for the B-League, by the way. Not just the breeding is banned. Also, bottle caps are banned. Let's take this one with us so it can train. And now I've spoken to you about a mystical place early in the episode. I want to visit it. It's amazing. So let's go to the mystery cool place. Let's set this one on. And as it turns out, like, I thought the place would be pretty far away, but no, it's right over there. The mystery cool place. What could it be? It's 3,000 blocks out. Let's fly over there. Man, I really want to see this place. I've heard tales. It sounds awesome. You will love it. Oh, what is this? Now that looks kind of fancy, doesn't it? Right? With the dark topsoil, probably ash blocks. Oh, it's all fiery, but I mean, this looks cool, right? But is there something that makes this place extra special? Oh, there sure is. There sure is. Once you see what happens in this land, you'll be amazed and you'll love this place as well. Once it turns day, some Pokemon start spawning. Not too many, to be exact. Only one kind of Pokemon. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. This is Charmander Island. They're everywhere. My voice is going. Yeah, so this is This is the mystical land of the Charmanders. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Except for on the stone. I've seen some Clefairies. And I think underground Clefairies and stuff can spawn. But yeah, on top, there's just Charmanders. They're everywhere. Look at this tiny Charmander. It's so tiny. He's so small. Come with me. Look at that. Isn't this cool? Future base location, maybe? Charmander broke free. Oh no, will we ever find another one? Another friend? Like this one? I mean, oh, look, there's a Charmeleon. How cool is that? Oh, there's another Charmeleon. Checking quick balls at these isn't too useful. But, I mean, you might get one. Yeah, isn't this place cool? I think it's really cool. I also like the place. It's a little high up in the sky, so we can't really build a big base on here. So I'm not sure if I will build a base over here. But it's so cool. Look at all the Charmanders. Hello. Hello. Hello, Charmander. Hello, Charmander. Hello, Charmander. Oh, and hello, Charmander. And Charmander. Oh, look at that. There's a Charmander. That's so cool. That is so cool. I really like this place. Yeah, so mystery cool place is Charmander Island. A volcanic island. Now, I was a little confused because there are a few beach blocks over there. And on those blocks you can get crabbies and that sort of stuff spawn. So... oh, and these only spawn during daytime. So when I arrived during nighttime, I saw crabbies and I heard Clefairies that have spawned on the ground. So I was a little confused if people have lied to me. But no, during daytime, this is indeed Charmander Island. This is so cool. Oh, it's glorious, glorious place. Oh man, gotta love it. I don't think I have the capacity to not love this. How cool is that? Like, seriously. I could go on about that forever. Well, that's just great. But you know, I don't think we actually have a Charmander just yet, so we might as well bring one with us, right? Sort of as a memory of this amazing place. Let's start a fight and throw the quick ball here, so it actually has some effect. We'll take one with us, we'll train it, it will be our friend. It can tell us stories from this mystical place. It broke the heated ember. Okay, have another one. Cool place! Alright, I hope you safely made it through my rambly segment about the whole Ivy thing. Sorry if that was a little weird, but yeah, every now and then these things are important for this mod. Alright, but I'll end this episode here. I'll just quickly catch this Charmander, and then I hope you enjoyed this episode. I also hope you check back with me next time, next episode video stream, whatever that will be. And until then, see ya.